Long ago, in medieval times, royal christenings were grand events that lasted for days. Kings and queens invited nobles, musicians, and magical beings from far and wide to celebrate the birth of their child. On one such joyful day, King Stefan and Queen Leah welcomed a beautiful baby girl into the world, Princess Aurora. 3 good fairies arrived to bless the newborn princess. The first fairy gave her the gift of grace. The second fairy gave her the gift of song. But before the third fairy could speak, the celebration was interrupted. A sudden darkness filled the hall. Maleficent, the powerful and feared mistress of all evil, appeared, furious that she had not been invited. With cold anger in her voice, she spoke, "The princess shall grow in beauty and charm. But before the sun sets on her 16th birthday, she will prick her finger on a spinning wheel and fall into an eternal sleep." The queen begged for mercy, but Maleficent showed none. With a cruel smile, she vanished, leaving fear behind. Quickly, the third fairy stepped forward and softened the curse. "She shall not die," she said. "Instead, she will sleep, and only true love's kiss can awaken her." To protect the princess, the king ordered every spinning wheel destroyed. But the fairies knew that would not be enough. They devised a plan. Aurora would be hidden far from the castle until after her 16th birthday. The 3 fairies took Aurora deep into a vast medieval forest and raised her in a small cottage as a simple girl named Briar Rose. Years passed. Aurora grew into a beautiful young woman, kind and gentle, unaware that she was a princess. She loved the forest, sang to the animals, and dreamed of someday meeting someone special, though her aunties warned her never to speak to strangers. One morning, while picking berries in the forest, Aurora began to sing. Her voice echoed through the trees. Nearby, a young man heard her song, Prince Philip. Drawn by the beautiful voice, he followed it until he found Aurora. They spoke shyly at first, then laughed, and soon danced together among the trees as if in a dream. An instant bond formed between them, as though they had known each other all their lives. Aurora introduced herself as Briar Rose. Philip did not reveal he was a prince. As the sun began to set, they promised to meet again that evening at the forest cottage. Aurora returned home, happier than she had ever been. But when she told the fairies she had met someone, they grew alarmed. They revealed the truth. Aurora was not Briar Rose. She was Princess Aurora, betrothed since birth to Prince Philip. Her heart shattered. That same day, Prince Philip returned to his castle and told his father he had fallen in love with a peasant girl named Briar Rose. The king refused to listen. Philip would marry Princess Aurora as planned. Both hearts were broken. As evening approached, the fairies dressed Aurora in royal clothing and brought her back to the castle. It was the night of her 16th birthday, the final moment of danger. But dark magic was already at work. Maleficent's spell called to Aurora, pulling her through hidden corridors of the castle. In a forgotten chamber, a single spinning wheel remained. Unable to resist, Aurora touched the spindle. The curse was fulfilled. Aurora collapsed into a deep, magical sleep. The fairies rushed to her side, heartbroken, and placed her in the highest tower on a bed of roses. The entire kingdom fell into enchanted sleep with her. But hope remained. True love's kiss could still break the curse. The fairies soon realized the truth. The young man Aurora loved was Prince Philip himself. They raced to find him. Meanwhile, Maleficent had captured Philip and imprisoned him in her dark fortress. The fairies freed the prince and armed him with enchanted gifts, the shield of virtue and the sword of truth. Philip fought his way through dark preachers and thorn-filled forests. At last, Maleficent confronted him, transforming into a massive fire-breathing dragon. With courage, magic, and love guiding him, Philip hurled the enchanted sword. It struck true, destroying Maleficent forever. Philip rushed to the castle tower where Aurora slept. He climbed the stairs, heart pounding. There she lay, beautiful and peaceful. With all his love, Philip kissed Aurora. The spell broke instantly. Aurora awoke. The entire kingdom came back to life. Joy filled the castle as the king and queen reunited with their daughter. That very evening, a grand celebration was held. Princess Aurora and Prince Philip stood together at last, their love having conquered darkness itself. And so, They were married, and they lived happily ever after.